So basically, the first question we're going to be looking at, A. What does A say? The A says 2x squared minus 12x plus 19. Alright, as I've said, guys, if you watch my previous video, completing the square, it's not hard. Completing the square, it's an easy job, basically, as long as you follow the procedure and you follow the steps. Alright, so how do we go about this? The first thing you do is that you see that this is 2 and 12, and these are, you see that 12 is a multiple of 2 is a multiple of 12, right? So what you do, you take 2 outside the bracket, then you say x squared minus 12x. Alright, let's just write it. This is this, just to show this, plus what? Plus 19. Right, this is the first step that you do. Then it's gonna be 2x squared minus 12x plus 19 is equals to 2. So now what you're gonna do, just gonna complete the square of the bracket, right? How to complete the square of the, no, I'm lying, guys, I'm lying to you. So now if you take 2 outside, you're gonna be left with what? If you take 2 outside, you're gonna be left with what? You're gonna be left with 6 here, not 12. Basically, you're gonna be left with 6. So this is gonna be what? This is gonna be x squared minus 6x, basically. It's gonna be x squared minus 6x. So what are we gonna do? It's gonna be, again, 2x squared minus 12x plus 19 is gonna be equals to, now we took the 2 outside, now it's gonna be what? It's gonna be 2, and then we're gonna complete the square of the bracket. Then we're gonna be what? And then it's gonna be x minus 3 over 2 squared, right? Minus what? Minus 3 over 2. Then you square the whole thingy. Right? And then apply the bracket plus 19. Right. Let's go over and explain. So what I did here is that I'm told to complete the square, right? Now I have what? I have 2 and 12 and 19, right? And then also I'm supposed to complete the square in the form of a, which is as in a outside, x plus b, which is all squared, plus c, right? So now the first thing you're gonna do now is, you see that the 2 is a multiple of 12, right? Because 2 times 6 is 12, right? So now what you're gonna do is gonna take 2 outside the bracket, and then you're gonna be left with x squared minus 6x, close bracket, plus 19, right? So the second thing you're gonna do now is gonna say 2 as 2 is it outside, then you're gonna complete the square of the bracket. So now we are completing the square. How do you complete the square? If you watch my last video, you would have seen that what you do is that you have the coefficient of x. After having the coefficient of x, this is gonna be 3, right? This is gonna be 3. What am I doing? This is gonna be 3. This is gonna be 3, guys. This is gonna be minus 3, right? Minus 3 plus what? Minus 3 minus what? 3 squared, because this is all squared, right? You need to understand the concept. That's why when I make a mistake, when I go over myself, I'll go over my mind and ask myself, what is it that I'm supposed to do? I can recall, I can see the mistakes. So that's why you need to understand mathematics. You cannot cram it. You need to understand the basics, step by step, guys. It's easy, right? So as I've said before, you're gonna be divide this the coefficient of x by 2, right? Which is gonna be 3. Right, after you divide by 3, then you're gonna square the value of what? You're gonna square the value of, you're gonna subtract by the squared value of what? The squared value of 3, which is gonna be 3 squared. Right, let's continue. So it's gonna be what? 2x squared minus 12x plus 19 is equals to 2. Then it's gonna be x minus 3 squared, and then 3 squared is gonna be 9, right? And then plus 19, and then it's gonna be 2x squared minus 12x plus 19. It's equals to what? Now what you're gonna do, you have to multiply back now. must you multiply back these two so that you're gonna get what it is a. So it's gonna be 2x minus 3 squared, 2 times minus 9. 2 times minus 9. So you're gonna have what? 2 times minus 9 is gonna be minus 18, then plus 19. Then it's gonna be 2x squared minus 12x plus 19 is gonna be equals to 2x minus 3 squared minus 18 plus 9 is what? Minus 18 plus 9 is gonna be plus 1. You see. So guys, let us go over. Let us go over. The first thing that you do, you're completing the square in this format, right? What you do that you see the multiple, you see that 12 is 2 is a multiple of 12. So what you do, you take 2 outside the bracket, right? After taking 2 outside the bracket, you're gonna be left with what? You're gonna be x squared plus 6x. You're gonna be left with x squared plus 6x plus 6x, right? Plus 19. We took the 19 outside the brackets because 19 is not divisible by 2. Right, that's why I took this 19 outside, because it's not divisible by 2, right? And then what you do again, you go over and then say, then after that you complete the square in the square brackets, and then you complete the square. How you complete the square, watch my last video, but just for the sake of this video, you're gonna divide the coefficient of x, which is this one, 6x by 2. Then after doing that, it's gonna have x minus 3 squared minus squared value of the squared value, and then you're gonna square the value of 3. Gonna be separated by the squared value of 3, and then yeah guys, plus 19, right? And then the second step, which is this step, now what you're gonna do is that you're gonna just find the values. 3 squared is what is gonna be 9, right? So this is this step, and then this step is that you have to multiply back these two back into the brackets, right? So it's gonna be 2 multiplied by the whole bracket of x minus 3, which is 2 times x minus 3, and then it's squared, and then minus 8, because then it's going to be 2 multiplied by this 9, then it's going to be 2 times minus 9 is going to be minus 18, and then you're going to open this bracket up because you've multiplied everything. Now we're going to say plus 19, right? And then you're going to have a value of 2 bracket x minus 3 squared plus 1, which is our correct value, right? So let's go on to the second question. The second question is B. The second question is B. It says people, it says 3x squared minus 12x minus 1. Same concept, people. You see that the 3 is a multiple of what? 3 is a multiple of 12. Then you take 3 outside the brackets, right? Then you're gonna be left with what? You're gonna be left with x squared minus what? Minus 4x minus 1, right? Same steps. 3x squared minus 12x minus 1 is gonna be equals to 3 square brackets, and then we're gonna do what here? We're gonna complete the square of the square bracket. So how we're gonna go about that? It's gonna be round bracket x 4 divided by 2 is gonna be minus 2 squared. Then we're gonna subtract it by the squared value of 2. Yeah, you see, and then you're gonna say minus 1. And then let's go over to the second question. It's gonna be 3x squared minus 12x minus 1 is equals to 3 square bracket, then x minus 2 squared minus, then 2 squared is gonna be 4, right? Square bracket minus 1, right? And then it's gonna be what? And then it's gonna be 3x squared minus 12x minus 1 is equals to, and then you're gonna multiply this 3. Then you're gonna multiply this 3 back into the brackets, right? It's gonna multiply this 1 here, then it's gonna multiply again this what? This minus 4, guys. This minus 4. So let's do that. So it's gonna be 3x minus 2 squared, then 3 multiplied by minus 4 is gonna be minus 12 minus 1. So it's gonna be 3x squared minus 12x minus 1 is equals to 3x minus 2 squared, right? So minus 12 minus 1 is gonna be minus 13, right? So guys, this is our correct answer. This is our correct answer, and you see that this answer is in the form of what? It's in the form of the form that they are requiring us to do here. The form that they're requiring us to do. So let's go over to the second question. Let's go over to the third question. The third question says it's what this is C. Let's do C. Let's do C. What does C require us to do? It says C says 2x squared plus 5x minus 1. Right, plus 5x minus 1. So the best way that I would advise for you to go over this question is to what? It's for us to expand the bracket. Right, let me show you how do I mean by that. Right, because they required us to find the value, is to find the square in this format. I would advise you guys to expand the bracket of that, because this question is much more different from the questions that we did previously, even though it's related. Plus b squared plus c. Right, so I would advise for us guys to expand the brackets. So how we're gonna go about that? So it's gonna be 2x squared plus 5x minus 1 is equals to, how we're gonna expand the bracket is gonna be x squared plus 2bx plus b squared, right, plus c. Right, so it's gonna be 2x squared plus 5x minus 1 is equals to what? Now we're gonna multiply a straight into the bracket. It's gonna be ax squared plus what? Plus 2abx plus what? Plus ab squared plus what? Plus c. I'm not sure what was in my mind when I wrote a here. Plus c, because this is seamless. Plus c. Right, so now let's solve the question. So now if you look carefully, these letters are, so basically what you do, you take a look at the coefficient of x squared. As I've said before, look at the coefficient of x squared and then look at the coefficient of x squared. Right, so now it's gonna be let's go over. Now it's gonna be a is equals to what? A is equals to 2, because you're gonna look at the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x squared is gonna be equals to the coefficient of x squared this side. Right, so this is our first equation. This is our first equation. Our second equation is that we're gonna focus what we're gonna look at. We're gonna look at these two. Take the coefficient of x. Right, then the coefficient of x is gonna be equal to the coefficient of x this side also. So let's do that. So it's gonna be 2ab is gonna be equals to 5. This is our second equation. And then we're gonna look at what? We're gonna look at the constant, which is this represent our constant. This, the whole ab squared plus c, is gonna represent what? Our constant. And our constant is what? Our constant is minus 1. Right, so let's write it down. So it's gonna be what? It's gonna be ab squared plus c is gonna be equals to minus 1. All right, so if you look, the value of a, already got the value of a. The value of a is 2, right? So now to get the value of what? To get the value of b, we're just gonna substitute the value of a from the value of b. So now let's do it. So it's gonna be 2. Now we're gonna, because this is now to find the value of b in this second equation. This is the second equation. To find the value of b, we're just gonna substitute the value of a where it's needed. Where there's a, you're gonna put what? You're gonna put 2, because the value of a is equal to 2, right? B is equals to what? Is equals to 5, right? So 2 times 2 is going to be 4. It's going to be 4b is equals to 5, right? Then divide by 4, and then divide by 4. Then the value of b is going to be equals to what? Is going to be equals to 5 over 4, basically, right? And then the value of what? Then you're going to look at the equation. You're going to look at equation 3. When I look at equation 3, basically. So how are we gonna go about that? Equation 3, we're just gonna substitute everything. AB squared plus C is equals to minus 1. We're just gonna substitute everything back into what? Into the equation of AB, into the equation 3, basically. So we got the value of A, that is 2. We got the value of B, that is what? That is 5 over 4 squared plus C is equals to minus 1. So now let's solve. So it's gonna be 2, and then it's gonna be 25 over 16, because 4 squared is 16, 5 squared is 25, plus C is equals to minus 1. And then how we're gonna go about that? This is gonna be 1, and this is gonna be what? This is gonna be 8, right? So how many times does 2 go into 2? 1 time. How many times does 2 go into 16? 8 times. So we're gonna have what? You're gonna have 25 over 8 plus C is equals to minus 1, right? So it's gonna be C is equals to minus 1 minus 25 over 8, basically. And then it's gonna be what? It's gonna be how do you go about this? Then it's gonna be 8 multiplied by minus 8. 8 multiplied by minus 1 is gonna be minus 8, right? Minus 8. Then it's gonna be minus 8 minus 25. It's gonna be minus 33 over 8, right? So we got all our values basically. So the value of A is 2. So the value of A is 2, and then the value of B it's minus what? It's 44 over 5, and the value of C it's minus 33 over 8. So let's all write it down. So we're given that it's 2x squared plus 5x minus 1 is equals to what? It was equals to, if you look at the bracket, it was equals to ax plus b squared plus c. Now let's put everything back. 2x squared plus 5x minus 1 is equals to the value of a, we got that it's 2x. The value of b, we got that the value of b is what? It's 5 over 4. 5 over 4, and the value of c it's minus 33 over 8. Minus 33 over 8, right? So yeah guys, this is long, and then this is procedural. If you understand the steps, like guys, this is not hard. This is really not hard. There are much more hard stuff than this. You see, so that was number C. Then now let's do number D. Let's do number D. Number D says number D says 2x squared plus 7x plus 5, right? So just gonna do the whole thing here from the way that we solve the question. Is the same way that we're gonna solve this one also. X plus b squared plus c, right? And you know that you're gonna expand the bracket, so it's gonna be it's gonna be x squared plus 2 bx plus what? Plus b squared, right? Plus c. So it's gonna be ax squared plus 2abx plus ab squared plus c, right? So again, as I've said before, you're gonna look at what? You're gonna look at the coefficient of these two. You're gonna look at the coefficient of what? Of these. So you see that the value of A is what? Already given. The value of A is equals to what? It's equals to 2, which is our first equation. And then what again? We're gonna look at what? The coefficient of what? Of 7. With the coefficient of x, which is what? Which is 2ab. The coefficient of x is 2ab. So it's gonna be 2ab is gonna be equals to 7. Right. So this is our equation 2. Let me just solve it even now. Let me solve it now and not prolong it. So how are you gonna, because you already have the value of A, so it's gonna be 2 times 2, B is equals to 7. So it's gonna be 4, B is equals to 7. Then you're gonna divide by 4. When you divide by 4, the value of B is gonna be equal to 7 over 4. Right. And then we're gonna look at what? We're gonna look at the coefficient of, we're gonna look at the constant, which is 5. And then this is the whole constant that you're gonna they're gonna consider that you have already solved, which is gonna be, which is what? Which is A B squared plus C is equals to A is equals to 5. Right. So now we got our value of A is what? You got our value of A is 2. You got our value of B is 7 over 4. Now we're gonna square the whole thing, eh? 7 over 4, and then you're gonna say plus C is gonna equals to 5. Right. So how do you gonna go about this? First, you have to look at the brackets first, bottommost. Then it's gonna be 49 over 16, right? Plus C is equals to 5, right? So now, how many times 2 does 2 go to 2? 1 time. How many times 2 does 2 go into 16? 8 times. So it's gonna be what? 49 over 8 plus C is equals to 5. So now C is going to be equals to 5 minus 49 over 8. Right? So C is equals to 8 times 5. It's 40. 40. 40 minus 49. 40 minus 49 is what? It's going to be minus 9 over 8. This is our value of C. This is our value of C. So we can make it easy. The value of C, which is this one, which is this one, the value of A, which was already there. So now let's multiply together. Let's multiply together. Let's multiply together. So let's say watching this from TikTok and you want to follow me into my math science, then I advise you to go to my bio, click the link there. It's my link to my YouTube channel. Go to my YouTube channel, then subscribe, and then I'll be posting videos consistently now, because I want to keep this up. It's keeping me busy, and also it's training me to be a better educator, right? Because I want to be one of the best educators that there is. I mean, like, I know educators that has inspired me, you see, in my high school years, that are terrific, good, you see, in science. So I'm following that route. And yeah, guys, please have a blessed one, stay smart, and please subscribe and click on the notification bell for more videos upcoming. Thank you.